Hey there, beautiful collective. Thank you so much for joining me today on Sacred Readings. I'm going to do a short video just with affirmations and a self-care activity for today. And then I'm going to do another reading after that, which I may have to break down in two videos, but we'll get started with some affirmations for today. I have called upon the angelic realm. I've called upon my spirit guides and ancestors and all those who love me and who love you, who are working with the collective. And I've asked them to bring forth the most important affirmations that the collective needs to hear most or say most today. There's one, there's one, and one more, please. There it is. All right. So I've got these cards out. I'm going to put them in order. And I did have two cards that popped out while I was shuffling and thinking about it. So when I asked if these were for me specifically or if they were for the collective and myself, they told me that it was for the collective and myself. So I kept them and I just left them aside. I'm also going to draw some cards from the Money Magic Manifestation card deck. And these are affirmations for supporting financial abundance and abundance in general. Wealth, success. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, angels. There's one. Oh, and there's another one. So we'll take that one. Okay. Flip those back over so they're all kind of disguised. And then I will get a self-care activity. That was fast. Okay. And we'll get one more in case that doesn't apply to everybody. Yeah, I have a 15-minute limit on this new channel um, for videos. So they either have to be split in two if they're longer, or they just have to be within the 15-minute mark. So there we go. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so the first two cards that actually popped out before I even started this video were happiness is my birthright. So the way that these affirmations work is it's best if you say them out loud yourself. And if you want to pause the video and write them down, you can do that if it highly resonates with you. And the next one is the presence of love will always cast out fear. These two go pretty well together, I'd say. Happiness is my birthright. The presence of love will always cast out fear. And I can tell you that once I received the answer about these two cards, my whole body shook. It wasn't just a little bit of shivering or, goosebumps going down my back. Literally, my shoulders shook from it. So, very important that this is getting out to you today. All right. So, the next card that we have is when I lean on faith, when I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes real. Some of you may have been struggling with faith lately. I know I've had my moments here and there as well. Let's see if we can get it to focus. And that's the energy of March as well. Pisces season. We're moving into Aries shortly here, or if we haven't already. And this eclipse that we're having tonight, that's another part of it. So it will be testing you, testing your faith to see where you're at. Okay, so the next one we have is my capacity to tune into the energy of love gives me the words I need when I'm ready to speak up, the compassion I need when it's time to forgive, and the power I need when I am lost. It's a long one, so I'll leave it here for a moment for you. All right. And then the last one we have is when I accept the love of the universe as my primary teacher, I will always be guided back to the light. That's so true. I've learned this lesson time and time again. Come on, camera. And along your journey, you'll likely have to learn this lesson over and over and over again. And that's okay. We learn it and we learn it until it gets ingrained, right? That's just part of the learning process. All right, so the money magic manifesting cards. I am ready to play big. I'm going to read these ones and put them all up at the same time so we don't have to mess with the camera. I release any childhood beliefs of poverty with love and forgiveness. I am ready to accept even more abundance into my life. Okay. And it's good to say these affirmations a few times a day, each time you receive them to really embody that. Let's see if we can get it to focus on me now. To really embody what it is saying. There. Okay, so yeah, focus. That's a little synchronistic. So this card says focus. All right. And this card is hair. So these are our self-care activities today. So for some of you, maybe spending a little extra time doing your hair nicely, or just maybe doing a treatment to your hair. Maybe it's feeling a bit dry. If you're in the northern hemisphere, it's winter, coming on spring, actually, technically. But your hair might be really dry, or maybe you need a haircut, or it might be nice to go to one of those salons that takes extra time when they're giving you the shampooing. They're doing a scalp massage, or maybe they do a little neck massage or hand massage while you're waiting. um, Spending a little extra time maybe into how you style your hair so you feel good about yourself. You're taking care of yourself, right? And you're loving yourself. And for others of you, so this card can be mean a few different things. So um, the focus, when I'm getting this card right now, what I'm seeing is that the focus should be turned on you at this time, and especially because we are in the middle of an eclipse. This is a very introspective time. That's probably the best way you can put it. This is the time in your life right now that you should be setting intentions because it's a new moon for what your next 6 months should look like, or you want it to look like. Set your intentions, plant your seeds now. This is also a card of introspection. So if there are things coming up at this time, these are emotions and things that possibly need to be released or worked through before the actual eclipse, so that after the eclipse, you'll have a much smoother transition into the energy, right? And you'll have a little less activity that is maybe not so enjoyable happening in your outside world, right? Because we're with each new moon, we're setting out into a new energy of receiving whatever we have been putting out. So if there are things coming to the surface at this time, they're coming to the surface so that you can resolve them. They're coming to the surface so that you can look at them, to accept them, or to express it, or to resolve it. So, however that looks for you. But right now, the focus should be on you in whatever capacity you can, whether that is you need extra rest, whether that is, and probably a lot of you are feeling that right now because it is coming up on this eclipse. And this last month has been a lot of ups and downs energetically, emotionally, and physically for people. So there is probably additional rest that needs to be taken right now, going inwards, maybe doing things that are just for you, not in service to anybody else, putting yourself first, as you always should, but really ensuring you're taking extra good care of yourself, really taking extra time to give back to yourself in some way, in whatever form you enjoy doing, and putting that focus, that spotlight on you right now. Okay. Now, of course, it could also do, it could also be about photography. Maybe you enjoy photography, or maybe there's some sort of artistic aspect of you creatively that is coming up to the surface that wishes to be expressed. So that is another way that I view it. But the energy that I'm feeling right now is really, really about self-focus, but creativity is an aspect of that. And one of the other things that I'm hearing is that part of that creativity is trying to surface within you so that it reawakens some aspect of you that's been dormant or that maybe you felt was lost, or maybe you felt that you were disconnected from. So there's something that is calling some of you in the collective to explore your creativity rather than continue to, suppress it or deny it or make excuses for why you cannot do that. Okay? So that's what I've got for you today. I'm not going to go into too much of a reading over these cards like I used to. If you were on my old channel, then you know that that's kind of what I used to. I used to read all of the cards together. But because we have such a time limit, this is how I'm going to just put them out for you guys from now on. Hopefully that helps. It gives you some guidance, it gives you some inspiration, uplifts you somewhat, and helps you to manifest the life that you desire. All right, see you in the next reading. Love you all. Bye.